Hey, today is January 25th. You know what that means, not for broadcast. Officially, I think at this point, as of 11 minutes ago is out. We're playing the rest of the game today. Thank you to Tiny Build for the sponsorship. Go check it out for yourself. You can type !broadcast into the chat. That'll give you a link where you can check it out on Steam. You can also scroll down to the video description for yourself. Get a link there where you can check it out. Had a great time yesterday. Was happy to see that people also enjoyed it. If you missed it, at the end of yesterday's performance, Jeremy got mad as hell, and he wasn't going to take it anymore. And, I mean, he kind of went off. I don't know how spoilerish you want me to get, but Jeremy fell off. If you know what, he's dead, I think. Wait, I'm in jail? No, I'm not in jail. That's a window. Okay. You wake up still partly in shock from what you saw on the news last night. What you had to edit on the news last night. Hey, I cut to Neil when it was clear what was going to happen. When you come downstairs, you find your family sat in the living room, waiting for you. You take a seat on the sofa next to Sam. Sam swallows, hesitating before starting. We were so worried about you last night. After Jeremy with the gun, Sam chokes down a sob. It was awful. On national television, how could he do that? And now, after a horrible pause, Sam finally asks, "Are you okay, honey?" I just can't believe Crazy Neil. I'm just changing my game category. Thank you, Chad. I just can't believe Crazy Neil's got deals on above-ground pools. I can't believe he's gone. Sam glances at Charlie, then back to you. We saw that you chose to play that tape, and I couldn't help but wonder why. I didn't feel like I had a choice. I think you did the right thing. I mean, it was a crazy situation. Almost as crazy as the prices that we've got on garden hoses. But it was the right thing to play the tape, Charlie says quietly. You hadn't realized how much his support would mean to you. It's good to have your son on your side. For what it's worth, I think you were in an impossible situation, and somehow you managed to make the right call. Sam throws their arms around you. Only you were stuck in that studio having to make that choice. No one can criticize what you did, and I'm proud of you. Let's go? You remember that, Chad. Remember that? You take a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's still a lot to take in. You're not sure that you fully process what happened last night, let alone what Charlie and Sam think about it all. You smile wearily at your family. You're exhausted. Sam rubs your back and tells you to flick the TV on. You couldn't ask for better. Well, it was kind of a rough day at work. I think you could, in theory, ask for better. A burden born. Don't bomb me. I didn't even suggest a double entendre. Seinfeld's on, though? Okay, you couldn't ask for better then. It's been 6 months since you and Sam last discussed Grandma's ever-increasing medical costs, and Emma, while very pleasant, has proved as expensive as a nurse as you feared. You can't quite believe it's been that long already, but the sanctions are starting to hit home now. And unfortunately, the government's only solution to help the ailing elderly is a day trip to a transition center. We're current wealth comfortable. I think as long as I'm still not in the red, I'm not sweating it. This time it's you at the kitchen table surrounded by bills and paperwork when Sam comes to join you. Today, Emma told you that there was nothing more you could do except an expensive experimental new treatment that might not even help. Look, we're gonna give her the treatment. Thank God I invested in Crazy Neil, otherwise we'd be taking her to that Swiss euthanasia pod. It's a difficult choice. You never know when you might need that money, particularly for the kids. What if Charlie gets in an accident? What if something happens to Susie while she's abroad and she needs help? But what if you could give them a few more good years with their grandmother? What if I could be on the board of directors for Crazy Neil's corporation? Just as you're finishing up breakfast, Sam comes in with the post. Not quite breaking even. Oh, we got a postcard from Susie. So I've seen what feels like most of Urkistan, a really cool place, but so cold. Hope Chippy enjoyed the gift, and before you say anything, yes, you were right to make me pack the extra pair of socks. Next, we got the train to Konoslava. Much warmer and loads of beaches to enjoy. I could have stayed there forever, but had to head to San Palmarino before it got too cold. And I'm so glad I did. We probably got 1 or 2 more stops before heading home, but I'll be back in time for Christmas, I promise. Hope you're doing well. Love, Susie. XXX. All right, she's having a great time. We've made every right decision as a father so far. Maybe as an editor, we screwed some stuff up, but... What's with the music? That's the music that plays when you're backpacking through Europe. The 20-week war. Christmas already?
Alex, Bozeman, your boss. We're expecting deplorables from Disrupt to hack the signal tonight. Perhaps you could leave your personal beliefs at home and try not to let them ruin the broadcast.
Okay, as long as they're not naked.
I assume you understand you have a vested interest in us staying on the air. Stay out of the orange.
A nutritious meal out of a can of condensed milk. Okay, hold on. You turn these on. We don't have a fan today because it's the winter time. What the heck? Oh, that's our new sensor button. Okay. Dude, we got a new mixer. The heck is this? Oh, we can play like a laugh track, a gasp, a boo, or a clap. Yo, it's the streamer's dream. Now, obviously, we need Crazy Neil on the VHS. Let's put the SS Fun ship. I don't know. You know what? Let's... Siege Survival Kit. Eau de Babouin. I don't know what that means in French, which scares me a little bit, but that's okay. Crazy Neil's a given. You know I keep the MF thing on me. Crazy Neil. Boo!
10 seconds, everybody.
Just trying, just testing.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Okay, let's see if I still got it.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea
Look at
again
it.
today
They love
as
it.
our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade.
Oh, they haven't
Advanced
unlocked this for us
strategy
yet.
of multiple small-scale incursions into the
You know, let's go
zone
B.
is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert.
A is just a
Unable to
little
work
too
out
cynical,
where
even
or
for me,
when
I think.
the
It looks like a Ubisoft cover art.
Weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services. Those numbers will tragically
It looked like something out of
continue
Starship
to rise.
Troopers.
Don't starve. Advanced
Good
Food
game.
program moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time.
I mean,
and the government's
I
agricultural
just like
coordination
B,
strategy has
to be
seen
honest.
sharp
I'm not trying to be a
increase in
centrist, but like,
regularity. And
B
judging
just,
by the
that just looks
look on
nice to me.
families' faces, it can't come a moment too soon.
Honey, I'm home with the ration box. Yay! That's actually
7 days
just
to
HelloFresh.
die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success.
Oh, that's good.
Previously available only to those in their
Okay,
final
look.
years,
I don't know if I have them
met with relief by the
giving
medical
thumbs up and
organisations
fist
calling for it to
bumping
be opened up to the wider community.
on the way to the
With
pods.
dwindling medical supplies leaving many of our most vulnerable facing chronic pain, it can come as no surprise that the transition centres have found themselves stretched to capacity. Populace. More than
Also a
11% of the
half-decent game.
population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card. A worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement
A is
from
just
midnight tonight.
literally like they took
It's
the
up to
photo
the
with
other
sunglasses on the
89% of
camera.
us to remind our tardy friends that not taking advantage of all the exclusive services available to cardholders is now, as it should be, absolutely criminal. Start me
Oh
up.
no, I'm a persona
Disrupt
non grata.
spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Mankipool. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination.
I don't know where I'm
A
at, so I'm gonna hit him with the
representative
name.
from Mankipool community
What
on
a
LinkedIn
stage. Look at
described
this.
the event as mostly peaceful, but it looks like Disrupt aren't going quietly into the night. And finally, absent friends. Sad news today as the grave of former National Nightly News host Jeremy Donaldson is vandalised by radical Disrupt activists. The much-loved broadcaster suffered a very tragic public breakdown 10 weeks ago in an incident which
Okay,
ultimately
the most unbelievable thing about
Disrupt
this
spokesman Alan James,
is
whose
them
organisation last week named
trying to
Mr.
tell us
Donaldson
that
as
the actor who
cause's
played
first
Jeremy
martyr,
was 41
described
years
the
old.
graffiti as a fitting tribute to
I
the
can
hero.
suspend my disbelief about a lot of things, including Sports Board from the last episode, but I don't know if I could say that that actor was 41 years old.
Unpredictable Prime Minister Peter Clement in an exclusive interview from his home in Lancashire. That's coming up.
Okay,
on
I'm ready.
tonight's
Ready for the
National Nightly
transition. Okay, we're being hacked on the sine wave. I can't help but notice we got a little upgrade in the office, so I must be doing something right. Stimmy check came in. We got a new oscilloscope. Look at that. I'm in the freaking groove, man. I'm in the freaking groove. Come on. Nailed it. Already halfway to the top.
Part two, I'm a little overexcited to announce I'll be interviewing the one and only Lil C. And later
Lil
we'll
C!
have a feature that's sure to keep you coming back for more. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter.
Oh no, I can't deal with another fictional character being killed by the Peloton, man.
Caught you exercising.
Oh, have we started? Yes, that's right, Miss Wolf. Just a few minor adjustments. I mean, nothing drastic. I haven't joined the gym or anything. As my old man used to say, just because she won't take it up the shit, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try for a quick fiddle up the car park.
Language, Prime Minister.
What?
That's what I'm always saying. That this is a swear word?
Oh, shitter. It's shitter, isn't it? Yep, that's the one.
And can you tell us what brought about
I'm being
this
hacked.
new you?
Well, you know,
This new you?
C and I were watching, you know, the night the blockade began. When Jeremy Donaldson...
I've done it. I brought it
you
back.
know,
What's going on with that other wave,
I'm
man?
sure you all remember. And I were a bit wheezy from all the cigars and all that. And Mrs. C turns to me after the signal.
Oh, that's the
dropped
Rebel
away,
channel.
And she were in floods of tears.
Not a
And she
shot.
says, "Please, she
The
says,
best hackers in the world can do this in 30 minutes. We need somebody who can do it in
So I
30
made a
seconds.
decision. And since that day, I have stopped smoking cigars. Except for Christmas. My birthday.
Hey.
State dinners. As well as that, I got this useless Rudy.
Go to
Brown, which
orange?
doesn't go anywhere.
I don't trust the line that
Apparently,
squiggly,
I'm going on a
man.
walking holiday this Christmas, and that should finish me off for bloody
I like a
good.
nice...
Did you make the decision
sensible
to holiday
sine
within the country
wave.
this winter because of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well,
I definitely feel like the game wants me to do it because they're leaving it up on the screen for so long.
Not the best of times, although we can all agree. There's a lot of red tape involved in leaving.
I got a lot of
territory,
stuff on my
as
plate,
I'm
man.
sure you're
Susie's
all aware.
overseas.
Some of those fellas-
Rebels trying to hack me. I gotta switch. I gotta censor.
What?
I gotta switch camera 1, camera 2.
Also, it doesn't seem very advanced to be going abroad when the rest of the country is grounded.
And yet, Julia Salisbury announced today that she'll be visiting Svenland during this year's winter break. Is that really an example of team spirit?
What? Did
Oh.
you know about this, Gail?
Okay, you know what?
Did you know
Let's try
about
it.
this, Gail?
10 weeks ago, Jeremy Donaldson took control of the national nightly newsroom. He tried to warn us all about the now abandoned top-secret military lab at Grantham Downs. We may never know exactly what was being done there, but Jeremy Donaldson made us look. That's one of the reasons.
Sorry. My bad. Was that... Sorry, my mistake.
Trainer,
Who's your personal trainer?
some prick called Clark. Is that on your card?
I thought you might wonder. Prime Minister, speaking of planning, with the blockade in its 20th week and the people's
Interview kinda
territory
boring
being
anyway.
effects, what plans do you have to get us out of this mess?
I mean, I just want to know what his wattage per kilogram is.
Blunt.
You hitting over 2?
Surely one for which you, the democratically elected Prime Minister, must have an answer.
Don't you get smart with me, Pat. I was a fucking national treasure before you were a twinkle in the milkman's scrotum. You want to talk
You're
about
saying this is a
plans?
boring
Let me tell
interview?
you about plans. That's all we do. Fucking plans and revised plans.
This guy's going off. This is like when Jim Rome interviewed
plans and yet more fucking plans.
Well, that's good. That's
that
good
guy
to
who
know.
pushed him over because he kept calling him Chris Everett. What the heck?
You're a breath of fresh air. But I've been watching you.
You remember when Mike Tyson gave an interview to a sports station and he said he was going to eat the reporter's children?
Prime Minister, later on this evening, your co-leader Julia Salisbury is going to give a national address from team headquarters. Can you give us a hint of what she's going to say?
I mean, it was a long time ago.
Yes. Well,
I'm just saying.
I imagine that there
Sorry,
will be
you
the
imagine?
usual. No, what I mean is.
You do know about this broadcast, don't you, Prime Minister?
Well, I'm sure I did. But Julia and I have no secrets from each other. We don't memorize each other's bloody diaries either.
I gotta be honest,
Your
like I don't
man
really
used to
like
say,
Prime Minister Peter
"You wanna get a
Clement.
job done,
However, I
quick,
do
don't get
love
bogged
his
down in the pew. What
windbreaker.
else you got?
Sorry?
Like it's actually kind of a
What
drippy
else? A
windbreaker.
little piece of my life do you want to rustle through? Get out, refill my glass. Come on. Come on.
Okay. What music do you listen to when you work out?
Let's go, Ed Sheeran.
Well, Gail tells me that I work out to Little C, but I have absolutely no fucking idea who that is. Do you think the C stands for?
It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister.
Great camera work.
How's rationing affecting you?
It's hard, but we get by. You just have to learn to get by on the basics. Take comfort in each other. I've got Mrs. C and many a fine single malt. I want for nothing. Except for a decent night's sleep, of course.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining us.
Okay, you know what that means?
When we come back,
We made it
it's
6
time for
minutes.
the
It's
top
Crazy
spot
Neil
with Lil
time.
C and a world premiere performance of her new song. I genuinely can't wait to hear that.
2,
We'll be back
1,
after this.
0.
1 minute back, everybody.
Where's Neil?
Hi, it's Neil.
There he is.
Pre-Christmas, crazy Christmas deal. It's post-Christmas, it's pre-Christmas, it's all of the Christmas. Ho, 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 it's a sale. It's gonna go, go, go. Come on down and pull a cracker. It'll go bang in your face and you'll take whatever comes out. Yay! Christmas
So
cracker
true.
On a tree, take 2 baubles, take 3. We don't care how
Oh,
many
you should have hit the
baubles.
censor
Set
button.
fire to your Christmas tree. Set fire to your life. If
Segment Great D.
This is a way off and the blockade is getting you down. Stock might be low, but the prices are lower. We've even had to get crazy creative, and we've got specials on all
No doubt have spotted the updated mixing disc.
Yo, please.
Next sections. First, we'll need a
I get to control the laugh track.
Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
Christmas darts. We got crazy Christmas darts in hats. We got crazy Christmas darts in hats and jumpers. If you're feeling hungry, don't feel down in the mouth. You can have a dog on a log. And remember, a dog isn't for life. It's just for Christmas to eat. It's a crazy
Excuse me?
Crazy meals. We've got elves on trees.
Things really went downhill in just a
You wanna
year.
know where the elf on the shelf is? We've got elves on elves. Bend over and ready for you to take home. We got naughty Christmas nativities with naughty Christmas figurines. We got crazy Christmas.
Okay, what the heck's going on camera 3, man?
Big bums. It's the 6th Mrs. Crazy Neil used to say to me, bang, bang, bang. She had to go, but I still love Christmas. Christmas without her is not the same, but I don't care, because I'm insane. Come on down to Crazy Neil's for your Christmas needs. Watch.
That's gonna send us to the freaking moon, man. Okay, when
Thanks
the
for
guest
coming back.
enters, we need
Later,
applause.
we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughters.
Let's
Children.
go.
Before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records
I'm ready.
at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C.
The staff, excellent work.
May I just say, you look incredible.
Yeah, incredibly like Sporty Spice.
And it really does work.
What's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a
She
super
sounds like the
fan,
cast
so I'm
of
sorry if I get a bit
Too Hot to
starstruck.
Handle.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Not really, it was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
Oh, it's a
There's
Miley
something that
Cyrus
screams
thing.
out at Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
Uh-huh. So, this new
Look at these green candles.
popularity, I mean,
They love it.
did that change your life?
Quick camera 3.
Well,
Just fast
not
enough that
very
people
much.
don't even know
But,
if they
you know,
saw what they
the
saw.
paparazzi,
But
as
they
the manager
know.
says,
On
best to make the
subconscious
most
level,
before
they
I'm
know.
30.
Is that right? So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am.
Just like Fight
but
Club?
Actually, it's about
So true.
monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard
What?
of beauty or something.
Your manager again.
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh,
I was probably flicking too much.
I'm happy with you telling us all this.
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dance, and then this part will all be forgotten about.
So true.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It
I'm
In
being
My
hacked.
A Together, and it's
Dude, I'm not turning off this
tomorrow.
interview. The song is
So
going to be
soon,
gold.
After the last one.
Oh yeah, I've actually released 2 albums since lunchtime and a clothing line during this interview.
Oh, now we're
This
talking.
is called Cry for Help, and it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops, and it's out now. So girlies, you know
The
what to
E3
do.
moment.
Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
Ooh, there she goes. Blimey.
Help, help,
All
help.
these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough, and I hate it sometimes, and I hate myself. I just want to like cry into a bath of root veg. But then I think thousands of girls who do.
Oh, I
everything
did.
for me, so must be
Camera,
like
bad
that.
camera angle.
Well, you know you don't have to do this, though, don't you?
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights, between like my 4th vodka and the 8th time a stranger slaps me around the arse, I think things could have been different. You know, like
Easy
better.
censor. Okay,
Like,
I'm back.
I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me. and
Camera
tell me what to
4.
wear.
You're right. You know what?
Did you always want to do music?
We haven't seen a wide shot in a while. Let's let people know they're actually in the same room and it's not the Tim Hortons commercial with Nathan McKinnon's deep-faked face next to Wayne Gretzky's green screen body.
Oh, sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough. And sometimes when it gets really hard, you say,
It's a deep
"Make
cut. It's a
Cobra
Canadian
proud
deep
and
cut.
You might just survive childbirth.
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing
The
your song
song?
for us soon, aren't
Okay.
you? Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. But you know what? It's actually all right. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then. Well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit.
Yo, camera 4 is going
It was
gonzo
a
mode.
very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Whoa, so here is Lil C
Applause.
with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
It's the force.
It's framed so nice.
The queen of teams. Here to break in your blockades. Lil C.
Oh, this is so Baby One More Time.
Oh baby, can't you see I'm hungry?
It's causing me a little bit of physical pain.
That's empty. I want that meat you're packing. Only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy. I got no.
Okay, build the
agenda.
multiplier.
Just want the team and me. No dirty foreign member.
Oh no. It's too much. It's like racist and horny at the same time. The worst combination.
I ain't no Vickers, but I come in Spanish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier.
Am I out of tempo? Why is my multiplier so bad?
So let them try and break our dream. We fight and love and diet. So what a Peter Clemens boys can come and use
Faster?
me as a toy.
I can't show that.
Action. So come and break my sanctions.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what you want?
Is wild and free.
Oh, 1,
Since
2.
Mama burdened me, she
1,
was
2,
only 53, but gave
4,
to save
5,
her family.
6,
There's no
7.
one judging me if I'm
8,
the one
9.
that's in
This
your
is not right.
fantasy. Don't die alone,
It's working,
this
though.
baby's gonna bring you home. I ain't no vicar's daughter, come and skirmish on my border.
I'm killing it.
Before I get much older, tie me down and hold me like an enemy soldier.
I can't believe it worked. This feels so much worse. But at least it means I don't focus on the lyrics.
So what if Peter Clement's boys can come and use me as a toy?
Alright, I focused on those lyrics.
My hair, rip off my clothes and down from there. I wanna see some
No
action.
more.
So
No
come
more.
and break my sanctions.
This is too much, man. Three, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. Neil, can you come pick me up? There's like, it's like a horny Teddy Roosevelt type vibe here. Perfect. Applause, please.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Lil C for doing that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally
ad
be
B,
revealing the
ad
new
B.
segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this.
And we're out.
I'm Sophia Remington, the CEO of Remington's Fist. And I've
Thank
been
you,
paying
Lil C.
attention.
Very cool.
The blockade
Lil
around
C
your
will be
country
playing
has
the
left me
inauguration this
struggling
year.
to find just the basics. So where on earth are you supposed to go for the other essentials? The things that make life worth living.
Remington's Fist.
I positively loathe these sanctions, Jane. I can't remember the last time we boiled a duck à l'orange.
I concur absolutely, Brian. There's
Uh-oh.
barely enough milk to undermine the tea.
George from the club. He thought he had a chance as an avocado last Tuesday. He's dead now.
Brian.
Sad story.
Woe is me. How did we ever?
You need to hire Neil's production director.
Is certain a preferable.
But honestly, the best thing you could do for Neil is play other advertisements so people realize how good they got it with Neil. By the way,
Effects to help things along.
With the
Try and pick the most appropriate one in each given moment. The actors can't hear what you're doing, so they'll be trusting you to make the right choices.
no problem.
A red wine.
No
we can
problem.
hardly taste the chemicals. Some rare meat we
I'm
grew in our
ready.
production laboratory. Chocolate so salty, you'd believe it came from Svenland. The list of luxuries is endless. At
Why do we
least
always
7.
listen to the ads? Because it's
And
polite.
we've even added a random
This is
twist.
local TV.
One
If you
in
don't
every
listen to the
100
ads, you're basically
boxes will
stealing.
contain.
A golden flood!
Looks like they just got lucky. Remington's Fist Siege Survival Boxes.
I kind of want to go
So
to
good
camera
you'll
4
believe
though. I
it
kind of
will
want to see
lead
what
somewhere
she's
else.
on. Okay, I'm ready, ready.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show,
Phil
we'll be treated
Dunphy?
to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent, and we're very excited about it. But before we see
This
it,
actually
let's
looks like
chat
the guy who
with the
played
writer,
Bane
director, and phenomenon, may I say.
in the third
Jeff
Matrix
Algebra,
movie.
guys.
I mean, the second and third Matrix movie.
I go by Jeff DePlume now. How'd you like that?
Oh, yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name
Okay,
now that you're a
wide shots,
successful
wide
artist.
shots.
Exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh,
It's shit.
and how does Angela feel about all this?
Who?
Your wife.
Comedic timing.
Oh, God, no. No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Very clever. He doesn't get it.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, You listen here, boy. You make hay while the
You're
sun
not doing the
shines.
laugh track? It only unlocks when the lights turn yellow.
You can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice
We
board.
clap. We just clap. Now I'm getting ready to laugh, too. Dude, the audience is going to love this.
You had it last time. Don't stop now.
What's the problem?
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
Bad chest, bad chest.
Yes!
Oh, I didn't click in time.
Written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
Boo.
I don't know. It could be the vicar.
At closing time. Yo, this is just like The Office for real.
Never become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs.
I was on the
Craven.
same cam too long.
This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock.
So true. So true. Cut.
See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow.
I've never felt this much
Look at
control
all
in my
the
life.
letters in my collection today.
I think that one's addressed to me.
Let's hit him with a gasp.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right.
This might really be Jake Lloyd, man.
Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam
Clap.
because one of her friends has been helping.
I wish to clap.
She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
I can't pivot. This guy, he's going through a nightmare over there. Hey. Oh, I didn't click in time. Oh, this is so awkward.
Oh,
We had like our Kramer shot, but I didn't applaud.
Brad. He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Boo.
Clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Rad dudes?
No, ruffians. Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
I've actually
Boo.
come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
Gasp. But he rides a motorbike.
Tutoring?
That's right. Maths is very important. Would you mind, Ray?
Not at all.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others?
A young person?
Urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
That's honestly the biggest applause of the whole show.
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are and not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalised my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Oh, the twist.
Speak up there. I thought for a a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Whoa!
Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck? Give us a hug.
Is that IRL? I'm just joking. I'm okay. Check power. Yeah. Yeah, I'll check the power. All right, it's off. Check power. Oh, we're back. We're back. You see a glinter out there?
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news. I'm
Mouth-farted.
being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be what appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major foreign cities.
Which 4?
Initial estimates put the death toll into... they put them into millions. I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption.
But what happened with
And
Brenda's
apparently
math
we
test?
can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes.
It's so
Yes, let's
Jeremy
do that now.
absolutely would have crushed this.
Good evening.
This is the kind of news report
Citizens of the
Jeremy
world.
lived for.
Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent. We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres. And
Don't
will
hack
not
me. Don't hack
hesitate
me.
to detonate them if our conditions are not met in full and without delay.
What the heck? You can't be like giving this kind of insurgent dialogue. You're the party in
No
power.
longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade.
Okay, hold on.
You
Let's see
are
what's going on
removed
down here.
Immediately.
In Urkistan and Konoslava, well, our equipment seems to be resetting.
So just hold on it for a second. Just hold on it.
Can we get this confirmed? Can we get this verified? I need this verified.
I just wanted to read back your order to you. You had 3 sausage McMuffins with hash browns, 1 with orange
I
juice,
don't
2
know
with
if you
apple
can
juice.
Hear me. I don't know if you are receiving this, but if you are, then you have to know. You have to know what's being done. What's being done right now to our neighbours. This is unprecedented. Our government has committed multiple acts of mass destruction in our name.
Yo, this is important news, but could you just ease up on the signal a little bit?
Nor do I care.
It's hard to
how you
hang on
voted.
to, man.
You didn't vote for this. None of us did. This can't be. We are waiting further news and oh. What if they respond?
We're back.
We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome. You know what? In these moments,
I don't really talk about my personal life in my
there's only
job.
one thing that can bring the people back.
Relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David.
Boo!
I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently traveling to the continent for work. And I don't know where he is right now. And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan, or Havia, or San Palmerino, or Konoslava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him 3 days ago.
Quitting time soon.
So when I tell you I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn.
You know what? I think the people need the SS Fun ship.
I don't know that yet, but together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are
Isn't your
feeling.
daughter there? We'll find out. For now, like, she only exists in like a text document for me. We'll see if they can bring it home.
Let's make tomorrow better.
Okay, we're hitting C.
And we're out.
Pleasure Corp.
I've got people ringing around. But
I wondered what the advantages would be for me. Well, now I'm aboard the SS Fun ship for a holiday so good.
Hey, let's go.
If you could be me now out on a pleasure cruise, seeing several sights and drinking copious booze.
The people need bread and circuses.
At the cheapest hangover, cause you can buckle like you say is, hey, look now, this is the life, just like
Another minute of this. Let's go. Yo, how does she do those quick changes though? All right, that's enough of that. I gotta go to Expedia. Dad Plus? Broadcast grade C. You have received your full wages. We're not quite breaking even. Never mind. We're technically not negative. Neil shares through the roof again. I can't believe Channel 1 hated me again. I mean, I guess I did, you know, not stick to the sine wave plan, but so be it. What the heck? We got like the Prime Minister's hosting a game show now? They almost always hate you. I mean, honestly, don't hate me. Just fire me. Neil stocks are booming. I don't even need to work anymore. Notice board episode 2 incoming. Donkey donka, donkey donka, donkey donka. Even the nuclear war can't stop Neil stocks. If anything, they're probably going to go even higher. They're consumer staples. A proportionate response. Day 371. Driving? Okay. Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions. Did this really just happen? You pull into the driveway. Clearly someone else is still awake. You take a seat beside Sam and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. Our little girl. What the hell can we do? The bastards killed Susie and millions of others, all because of their frickin' war, which we never even asked for. Behind the tears, you see a fire, raw fury you've never seen in Sam before. I hate them, Alex. I know you've never been a fan of Advance, but after this, they're monsters. I need to know that you understand that. That we can't just be indifferent. We actually need to do something. Rip Suze? I don't have a joke for that. We'll just move on. Nothing can justify what they did. Relief spreads over Sam's face like a wave. You're not sure you've even processed it yet, but at least you'll get through it together. Finally past centrism? Hey, they blew my daughter up in a nuclear explosion! A final farewell. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night and the beginning of a new future. You weren't the first ones at the church today. You were staggered by the number of people who came to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing the same pain. You step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. Your daughter, gone. Sam said little since that evening. They're still getting over the shock. But when you walk over and squeeze their hand, they squeeze back tightly. You'll get through this together. You can only imagine how awful it would be to face this alone. That seems appropriate. An academic exodus. Day 713. It's a seemingly ordinary morning, but as you get to work you find a small crowd gathered in the break room. When you go in to grab your first cup of tea for the day, you can't help but overhear some excited chatter. You didn't hear? Yeah, another one's gone missing. What's that bring the total up to now? Oh, I think it should be over 100 at this point. They won't all have been reported or noticed yet. Sorry, what's going on? Another professor went missing from Queensview University. What the heck? That's my alma mater. With all the other disappearances, scientists, doctors, researchers, it's clearly Disrupt targeting the people speaking against them. I hear Advance are struggling to prevent further. A deep, familiar voice behind you interrupts. What exactly is going on here? Bozeman clears his voice. I've told you before, I don't want to hear about these so-called disappearances. Come on now, people. Advance have been very clear that they're nothing to worry about, which means they're not our problem, and unless they start classing cappuccinos as intellectual, I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. What the heck? So you don't have to insult the coffee just because you're upset. Look, I know you have a habit of doing what you want, but things are different now. Advance runs the show, they've made their feelings clear, so I'm doing the same. Channel 1's official position is the government has things well in hand, nothing more, nothing less. I trust I won't be hearing about this again. Okay. Rip Bozeman? Day 872. A spark to light the flames. Bozeman did the dub? You're surprised to find Sam in bed next to you when you wake up. They must have got in very late last night from the drinks with the folks from school. You decide to let them sleep and enjoy a lazy Sunday morning. With the house quiet, you decide to eat some breakfast. Uh-oh, this is breaking news. Reports are coming in from across the country that large swaths of farmland went up in flames last night as part of what authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. You drop your spoon back into the porridge and turn up the volume. Shit just got real in England. In addition to food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on universal menu centers countrywide, a number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted. According to Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided, and a small selection of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. Unfortunately, it appears we were ill-prepared for this. More on this story as it develops. You're interrupted by Charlie walking into the living room, bleary-eyed and with a piece of toast. Anything interesting going on? He gestures to the TV. Mutely, you leave the news on as they cycle through the story again. Charlie watches in a hushed silence. By the end of the broadcast, they're dubbing it the Night of Fire. Everything's going to be okay, right? Yeah, it's all going to be fine. As long as you don't become a community compliance officer, you got nothing to worry about, apparently. Day 912. Back to the broadcast. What do I have to do? I'm going to have to juggle 3 bowling pins while I handle the broadcast as well. At some point, they should give me an assistant. At least just to handle the sine waves. It's getting to be a little absurd, quite frankly. I mean, I can handle it. This is the only game that comes close to being as difficult as driving. Like, I know that this looks like it's more complicated than driving, but that's only because you take like lessons to learn how to drive. You do it so much it becomes second nature. 1.5 years since Liberation Night. Step 1. Oh, sorry. Hello.
This is Alan James.
Hello.
The revolution starts tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest.
Okay.
I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking you when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help,
that's true.
You can tip the balance in our favor.
I do think I've always been fair.
That's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Let's get future leaders out here. Put this disrupt tape in the middle.
I don't want to go on a date with your cousin, Colin.
What have you got to lose?
My dignity, my reputation.
It's all right once you get past the teeth and the problematic tattoo.
I am perfectly capable of messing up my own love life.
Sorry about that. David wouldn't get off the phone.
Oh, is David single?
What the heck? David's still alive? I thought we were in this together.
I'm an expert at romance. Ask my ex-wives.
Please don't set me up with your brother. That's 10 seconds, everybody.
You're not as tight, babe.
Too short?
Too smart. Going in 5.
Okay, I'm ready.
3.
Cheer, cheer. Is this what OBS looks like?
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News, broadcasting
This looks
across the territories. My
a
name
little
is
bit better
Elaine
than
Moore.
OBS.
Our top stories tonight.
But I think
Ashes to
OBS might be
ashes.
more
It's been 40
straightforward
days
and
since
functional.
disrupting attacks across the territories. The
Okay.
coordinated action, dubbed the Night of Fire
I mean,
by
come on, you're going
Covert,
A on that
was
one.
seen as an attempt to subvert
I don't
the
even know
supply
what,
chain
what B is. It looks like a clickbait YouTube thumbnail.
While emergency services were all kept busy at the agricultural centres, it seems a series of covert attacks was carried out.
I almost went to jail, not clickbait.
Sources say several assassination attempts. The Department of Betterment have declined.
I love seeing the sine waves in
Food
OBS.
glory
So
food,
true,
with the
so
last of the
true.
menu centres opening in territories 5, 8, and 14
I gotta be
today.
honest, like menu
Advanced
center
confirms
sounds
that
kind
the
of sick.
programme is now in full
It's like a
operation,
food court,
providing
but
free
a little
food
bit
for every
more
citizen
haute
of the
couture.
new future.
Look at this,
What
man.
started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed
I mean, okay,
into
let's show the
social
box. I
contract
want to see what's in the
envy
box.
of the unawakened world. Jack Tractor Pants, spokesman for the menu centres,
It doesn't seem
said
that
while
bad.
they can guarantee the content
Canned
of every
cucumbers?
dish is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the culinary
Jordan
skills of a
Rankley.
professional
Jordan
footballer.
on Twitch.
If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to
Jordo.
undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets and mandatory grovelling zones. Advance have been quick to respond, saying if they would rather quit their cushy jobs to become nurses or teachers, they'll earn significantly more than they used to pay their own workforce. Thus far,
Owned.
no one has taken up the challenge. Some fun now. Signs of ever more resistance to Advance's radical policies today, as popular resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories. The organisation's
No, hey.
every major city across the territories last
That's
night
Photoshop. They didn't tag a panda. Come on. You believe that? That's a deep fake.
Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. A poor choice of words given recent history. 3 stories we've been reporting on reached their revelatory conclusions today. Firstly, driver Flard bargain. Capitalising on the global success of Die Flard the movie, Transformative CEO Sophia Remington today welcomed followers to the First United Church of Flard. Sophia, who quit her role as CEO of Remington's Fist to take up the role
Dude,
of
honestly, the prop Flard launcher looks incredible. This actually looks like a still from the Righteous Gemstones.
Flard. A surprising ending there for Sophia Remington after a turbulent 2.5 years running a company. The Miracle of Earth.
Oh, it's Dante's Taint.
Of Dante's Taint, as they announced the world's first subterranean baby was born yesterday. Proud parents Wong and Svorsborg and Horgensvoord were all smiles as they showed off little Dante. Although authorities admit there is now no way to bring them home, the team say they're happy with their new underground residence. They said,
Look at the Photoshop job on that baby. It looks like Clint Eastwood's filmmaking work on American Sniper.
The decline of Johnny Hamsleeves finally concluded today when Judge Randall Severity sentenced him to life for a string of violent offences, nearly all committed under the influence of alcohol. The judge described him as a man who had made some entertaining but ultimately poor choices. Johnny
Fair
plans
enough.
to set up a prison five-a-side team as soon as he's had the time to carve a whistle out of soap. All that, plus we'll be taking
Okay,
a trip to
no, not ads yet. Not ads yet. We got a 10-minute little window here. Get ready.
Coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
This is as good as I've ever done it. Forget the rebel frequency, man. I'm in the groove right now. I mean, never mind. Let's see what the rebels have to say.
Again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question.
Look out, he's got a Flard.
Well, this is how. And as for when, you'll know. Keep watching.
They can't be mad about
But
that.
first, 500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, the start of tonight's programme is dedicated to remembering and celebrating the life of Peter Clement.
What?
Patrick Bannon is live.
But he was the picture of health.
Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick.
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick. We're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days. She's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan. You join me here live.
Perfect camera pivot.
Oh.
Seems like we've lost some signal. We will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me
That's
just say,
the last time he was ever
gardens
seen.
Are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs, and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay.
He didn't get killed by the because that was a dream sequence with the stuffed animals. That's right.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon.
I forgot he
we
didn't
are
die.
Indeed live here. Apologies for the
Yo, it's the Paul Feig remake of Patrick Bannon. Get it?
Step out on stage behind me.
Alex, Bozeman here.
Get it?
The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly. For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
No problem. I'm ready. I was not listening.
You can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds. Make him look bad, Alex.
My desire to please is being torn asunder.
The ceremony is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, the picture of elegance, to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends.
Yo, can we boo her?
500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from
Boo!
the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss.
What's the... Oh, because I was on the camera too long. Well, give me better angles
The
then.
loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a
This
housing
is
estate in
so
Rotherham,
good.
Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start
Just
on
drinking a glass of
television.
water.
First moving and building scenery, and then developing
He always had a bit of an
personality
anger
that we
problem,
all
I
knew
suppose.
And loved so much.
Hey, whoa, look at that. Oh,
Just the job.
I love him. He's so crazy.
25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them.
There we go. Now, this is what the people wanted to see.
Empathy and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late-night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners.
Boo! The body's still warm.
It speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united
Dude, honestly, I get that like this footage is supposed to make him appear like a little bit less sympathetic, but like he just strikes me as like a guy.
1.5 million swear words during his career. Though some sources
It's just
put this
these
figure
are
in excess of 2 million
these are
F-bombs
just
alone.
the little moments that make up a man's life.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night,
Well, okay, maybe not that one.
but his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that
You can see
spark
it.
of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
This seems appropriate.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago, moments before I was supposed to give a speech Not unlike this one.
He's actually like the fourth
Only
Sedin brother.
I'd spilt coffee all down myself, and I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked, and from behind me I heard, "Christ, pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way you got a problem."
Ha ha ha! Boo!
He stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them.
He's got that Joe Exotic type cinematography
That
here.
was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man.
So life lived angrily, for sure.
This glorious, so beautiful and new, this shining beacon.
What's the problem?
Thank you, Alex.
Oh, you're welcome. Yo, did I please both sides?
It's really starting. You'll know when.
His accomplishments, the future he forged.
What? They're mad at me?
He pushed.
Oh, because I was on the same camera shot too long. They want me to pivot from a different, like the best camera angle to the worst, just so they can see something different.
It is my.
It's like when Chad is like, "Oh, there's been too much Pog lately. Play some Good Life."
Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Should we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me?
I can do it.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Whoa!
Now, Alex, control the message.
Yeah. How does one do that? Oh, like this. I see.
Don't panic. Help us here. Look.
You're hurting me.
Well, stop resisting then. Stop resisting and we'll let you up.
I'm not resisting.
Okay. You two stay with him.
Mom, we have to stay by your side.
I am the Prime Minister, and if I give you an order, you will.
Turn the camera off. National Night News. We have the right to be here. I said turn the fucking camera off.
Eyes open.
I censored it anyway. There could be kids watching this.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Yes. Medics are coming. You sit down.
No. Stay with me. I need help now. Please.
Salisbury's still here.
Patrick?
Julius Salisbury!
Oh, what the heck?
You were guilty of the murder of more than 10 million people. Justice demands a response.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you.
Fucking
This is what your precious freedom looks like, is it? Hold the fire! Oh, God, no.
Can we just say, no matter what, the audience is like, what the heck?
Location secure.
Cut. The audience is loving it.
Will you do it? Come on! Can't you see?
Will you turn that off, please, sir? I said, please.
Hold on, ads coming in soon. It's Crazy Neil's time to shine.
You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians. People like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this? March on team headquarters. Storm the building. Demand elections. Demand answers. Be what you were born to be. But once
Whoa.
You know what that means by now.
Crazy Neil.
We'll be back after this.
That didn't go so well, Alex. But we can turn it around in the next.
What's the problem?
5 years of crazy success deal. Mrs. Neal loves money. What do you love?
I love money.
Here, buy yourself something nice. Buy yourself something twice as nice. Buy yourself something thrice as nice. Get
He's
yourself
spinning,
down and
man.
Take some money from Crazy Neal.
He's just giving away money.
And spend.
Neil, those are my dividends.
Tell them about our thrones.
Got big thrones.
Big thrones for big butts. Here, have some money. And the more you spend, the more you save. We've got bigger thrones.
Wait, what?
Thrones you can throw at stones. Stones as big as thrones. What do we got?
Thrones.
We got tons of thrones. We got thrones to put in your hallway, to put in your store.
You know what?
To put in your doorway. What do we got?
Neil, if this is the return of capital, I'll accept it. He's never steered me wrong.
Crazy stuff to bling your
His craziest decisions end up being the most prophetic.
Gold-plated strawberries, gold-plated bikes, lights, gold-plated cars, gold-plated helicopter, gold-plated jet plane. We've got gold-plated gold. We gold-plated, we melt it back down, we gold-plated again. Gold! Gold! Gold!
Alex,
Sorry. That was Neil Pilt.
one of us is going to get a coded location out.
Okay.
We don't know yet which camera he's on.
Well, that would be helpful. Thank you.
Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the ear for at least 5 seconds.
Okay, I can do that. Pay attention. That's my strong suit.
Yeah! Mrs. Neal, come and take this away and spend it.
I can manage that.
25 years in the biz, and it
Honestly,
hasn't been
she's
better.
kind of a
Come on
girl
down,
boss.
'cause the missus needs new knackers.
Okay. There we go. Thank you, Neil. Thank you.
3. Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan
Keep an
Wolf.
eye out for the
Very
fist.
shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become
The final episode? I guess it has been like a year or two, right?
Before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radin. Tell me, why do you think the public love the notice board so much?
Superior editing?
There, I said it. It connects with people. You know, people look at us and they say, those are real people struggling with real problems.
Who amongst us hasn't gotten their hands stuck in a mailbox?
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely. Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well.
Are you seeing these transitions? Tight, wide, tight, tight, wide, tight?
So the notice board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a combination of so many things.
2, 3,
my hard work,
4, 5.
talent, my look.
Sorry.
You really have a lot
Meant.
to thank you for.
Hey, hey, hey. You're welcome.
We've just heard our man's on camera for.
Oh, no kidding.
I have a real sense of responsibility now. You know, a sense I've been entrusted with
1,
something precious.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I think that's really important.
Got him.
That we should use this platform to.
Are you okay
to do
out there?
good in the world, I agree.
That's exactly it. So I've decided
Perfect
to
transition.
many
Excellent work.
Location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
Better access to education, or reducing child poverty.
Oh, no, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan.
He's
I stopped
orchestrating
counting
a
in the
coup?
late 30s.
I'm just doing what I'm told.
That is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Poor children.
It's a lot to focus on. I'm just waiting for the go signal. I'm also waiting for the notice board. I've been waiting 2 years for this finale.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000...
It's unfortunate that Civil War and the series finale of the notice board are going to happen on the same night. But you know what?
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable, then?
Desperate times call for desperate housewives.
Interspersed with expensive bottled water, so actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep.
Is this the
everything
go
in
signal?
perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough for me.
+2,
Let's go
+2.
now
Thank
over
you,
to
thank you.
January Park,
Bat, not even a
final
single bat chest
ever
amongst those
episode
+2s.
of the notice.
Oh, clap, clap. Okay, this is what I was made for. 6 hours of practice for this.
What a day! First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do.
Hey! Reminds me of Peter Clement, God rest him.
Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth?
Whoa!
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, I didn't hit
Laura, it's
the
you.
boo or the
I thought
gasp.
For a moment, you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Woo!
thanks to you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know, it's a disgrace. Somebody
It's time for the go code. Give us
3 boos in a row. Okay, I can do that.
pincer movement. You might just pull this off. Push forwards! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Ha! They don't call me the Right Reverend. Ripped for no reason.
Boo. I'm not going to let you body shame yourself.
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifit classes were a waste of time.
Boo. Undisclosed sponsored content for Crucifit.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
Looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
Boo. Misogynist and chauvinist.
To lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town?
What? I said laugh. Oh my God.
Done, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
Hey. You just activated the Manchurian Candidate?
The little devil then.
I'd let the jokes decide whether we were going to boo, and the jokes warranted boos.
Post office this morning. He found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
What? God! Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before
Beautiful
tomorrow,
shot.
we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry, we won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No, no, no. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature. But really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll
I was
catch this
born
piece
for
of
this,
nuisance
man.
And save the village fate. Or my name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
Every time they do a song, it's like must-watch entertainment. Camera 1 first, 3, 2. Oh, it's just a transition.
The village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team setting up for a show that would be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to
I get it.
Coconut Shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donut.
Oh, God, I wish that were me.
Senator struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fete.
Boo.
Ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
Hey, look, it's Reddit. Gotcha.
Well, my first clue
Gotcha.
was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Hi-yo! There's There's no need for that.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room for jam.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Oh, so judging the jams was not like a British euphemism?
That proves nothing.
He was actually judging a jam competition?
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him
I thought it was like a British turn of phrase.
Hey, come on. Let's go and have a party in my massive garden.
Yay!
Thanks to you, we're all doing well.
No, it's just, excuse me. Wide shot, beautiful.
Ever episode of the notice board.
I thought we did a great job of that one, honestly. Oh, camera 3, Universal Menu Centers.
We'll be both dancing and learning, so don't change that channel.
Oh, dude, the audience is going crazy. I didn't even realize. Oh, whoops. I forgot that was only the second break.
Table is a responsibility that, for too long, has been much.
Whatever, always keep them guessing. I don't want them to think that I'm their yes man. Dude, that looks pretty good. Is that paella? Segment grade A+, by the way. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
It's happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back. Of course. Not everybody wants that.
What the heck?
Only last week, disrupt terrorists burned farms across the territories. They destroyed food.
I'm not letting them listen to this propaganda. I'll hold the damn button down. I don't care. Just, you know what? Now you can't have this used against you. Now it's just a beautiful picture of like a fruit salad. Now you're just watching families, you know, enjoy their time together. Look at that, the little garden salad. Could have put some effort into it. You know, maybe like a little crunch at some point, but so be it. Look at that, looks nice. Little Belgian waffle.
Because teams don't thrive on empty stomachs.
So true.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking.
He's dead. He died.
First, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the Smash
Let's
Hit
go.
musical everyone is talking about. I'll be
More
speaking with the cast
songs.
in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
Hello?
Yeah. Is it me you're looking for?
Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling.
It's like playing
I have a husband,
Shovel Knight
job.
Gem Crush.
He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning, and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs.
No comment?
Charitable deeds.
But what's the catch? What's the catch?
I'm home. Oh, darling John. Oh, dearest John. There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Wong, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump. You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer? Worse, so John. We're having a baby.
Okay.
How can this be? Oh, woe is me. Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of safety.
In our tiny flat, we built a peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked. We're having a baby.
That's hilarious. I gotta admit, man.
Wine at book club.
Oh,
Any time for foot rubs. Now your
that got me so good.
you'll start to disagree and forget about that holiday in territory 3. No more
That's true. No more waking up at 10:30. I think that's overstated, honestly. That's definitely true.
The only clue they have to deal with comes from personal bums. Now when I take a sick day at home, the parasite won't leave.
Well, hey, I wouldn't use the parasite word. We're crushing the editing, man. This is crazy.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life.
Now it's really Reddit.
No one wails and no one woes. No
Look at the multiplier.
sings on the walls. A happy husband, a wonderful wife. We got a childless life.
We're having a baby. We're having a baby.
It's kind of crazy the amount of work that went into this. Like, 40 hours of recorded content is one thing. Also, all the writing. I mean, the choreography, you know, maybe it's not the Smooth Criminal music video, but still. Like, this is a serious effort. Also true. I mean, most of this stuff is like a little true, but you can just take turns. You can't go to the spa at the same time, but you could, you know, have one person go to the spa. Other person can chill and watch some Sesame Street. Before the show begins, woo! Good job. That was an incredible performance.
Amazing. The Novaries there,
I get it
treating
now.
us to their opening number from Eulogy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the Capital Theatre District, and will be touring the territories later this year.
Clap, 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 clap.
Come on down, let's go, don't be shy. Hello.
Establishing shot.
It's an honour to be here.
Everybody
Oh, you
taking
found
a
the
seat.
show. Yeah, it used to be.
Whoa, whoa, used to be.
Stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
With matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Pretty funny.
Hi, I'm Jack.
Jim Blunt.
Jim Blunt.
Jennifer Boren-Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Sapley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible.
Don't forget to censor.
And you were all friends.
I'm going to be honest. I've already forgotten what I'm supposed to censor.
With your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness.
They didn't
guys.
say? Okay, I'm ready to go then.
Begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times, maybe?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe, as well as being friends, you're also couples.
Oh, here we go.
Not exactly.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack. Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen, Janet, Jill.
What about John?
Well,
My character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing.
And gnashing and wailing.
Oh, laugh.
Tonic.
Him, me.
That we just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
It's a very Fleetwood Mac type situation here.
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Mimbley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful. No singing.
This piece isn't.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
What the heck? Okay, it's going to show up on the censor bar, I'm sure. I'm ready.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem.
I got to see what this is. When we edit it, it's going to say, like, join the Navy or something.
You understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
This isn't about me. Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
That's true. I went to bed at 9:22 last night.
Usually I'm the chatty one, because
you're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Janet, please, Jennifer. Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got you back.
So could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it? Well, go ahead.
They said you got to get 2 out of 3. I think we already got 2 out of 2, honestly.
Myself and John have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
Oh, if you switch the audio, we can
And there's lots of singing.
hear the censored version.
A lot.
Unit, eagle
Unit,
advanced.
advance,
The target
on target,
of 22.
22. Unit advance on target 22. Nailed it.
Not spoil the second.
Which should be all of you. For too long, we've been told that a life without children is somehow incomplete.
You love the taste of the regime's boots? What are you talking about? I helped out the regime and then I helped out Disrupt. I mix it up. I'm playing both sides, so I always come out on top.
Bastards running around all over the place. So.
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs. She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles. For
They deserve clapping. They put in a lot of effort for that one.
And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack.
It looks like an interview after Theranos' last earnings call.
Which I myself have found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll
She kind of looks like Elizabeth Holmes.
It's time to speak with the
A
Prime
little bit.
Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's
They
you.
dealt with
You're
blood
still here.
at Theranos.
The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave, not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or Palisades.
She does kind of look like Elizabeth May as well. I could see that.
So, is the situation now? Are we safe?
Yes, the security services performed their duties without hesitation. And
Meteor
I
shower?
would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the
Make a wish. I saw a shooting star. It was from like the 15th floor window over here.
Civilian deaths. Just before Disrupt, terrorists curtailed by law enforcement who were, as always,
Glinters.
If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course, the camera. There's the speak there on the camera there.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war.
I don't want her to say this, so I want to censor it. But on the other hand,
But as the dear
look at the
departed
viewers,
Peter Clement
man.
once famously said,
They love me.
It ends.
They really love me.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength.
Strong words of strength. Get her off the air, man. She's got a concussion.
Go with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick.
She had a very blurry blurtation. Okay, don't hack me. I'm the one who hacks.
Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized. You have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece, Channel 1.
Whoa, you gonna silence me?
Out from the shadows, and they are not the overwhelming force they would have you believe. The military have been actioned, and well, it's pretty scary out there. Stay at home.
Sorry. That's my bad. I was slightly off center. I apologize. That's rare for me. We're playing ad 2. We're playing B. I'm ready.
With equality, fairness, and resources for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
Can you guys chill out? I'm trying to play the ad. Yo, there's a loot drop on that building. Boo! Thanks to the tip given from Tyler Durden, the police were able to stop the bomb. Tyler Durden was sentenced to medical help in a lunatic asylum. He was released in 2012. Sometimes the life imitates art. Yo, this looks like Tilted Towers after Epic added it back into the game. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like Schooled when one of the 16 people's accidentally using their phone mic on the Discord call. Dad Plus, broadcast grade C. You have received your full wages. Current wealth, technically not negative. Current wealth, manageable debt. Sounds like the Federal Reserve. Look at that, they love me. Continue. Neil stocks still going to the moon. They're holding my whole portfolio up right now. Look at, even while World War III descends upon us, we got it all going on. Neil stock still rising. Get them. An important review. Hey! You arrive at work a little early, despite a stressful journey in. You still aren't quite sure of everything that happened, though. If the swarm of CCOs all over the building is anything to go by, this isn't just a Channel 1 matter. This is confirmed when you need to speak to Bozeman immediately. Gulp. Ah, yes, Winston, good. This is Specialist Abel. She will be observing this interview. Please, come inside, take a seat. The few times you've been here before, it was immaculate, with everything in its proper place. Not so today. So, Alex, do you know why you're here today? Bozeman's eyes are sharp. His gaze is fixed on your face from across the desk. Abel's is standing behind you, out of sight, but definitely not out of mind. Not really, no? What happened last night was nothing short of the culmination of a heinous and outrageous campaign of terror Disrupt has been reaping on this nation and its territories. Bozeman shoots a glance behind you to your left where your CCO observer is standing. And it is, of course, our duty to root out this rot wherever we find it to prevent anything like last night from happening ever again. I've been asked by Advance to perform interviews with all staff members involved and will be submitting a personal review of your performance, both during the incident in question and throughout your time here. Excuse me, I was hacked? Just tell the truth, Winston. This will all be over soon. Obviously, a lot happened last night. Be brief, concise, and clear in your answers. After the attack at the memorial, you seem to have portrayed the terrorists in a sympathetic light. Why? I showed what was happening, the news. I see. So you're saying it couldn't be helped and you had to show the aftermath? I'll be sure to make a note of that. Funny how unauthorized footage always seems to find its way into your broadcasts. Bozeman scribbles some notes down. It's because you're still using Internet Explorer! You gotta hire a real CTO. You can't just let your 14-year-old cousin do it because he's good at the computer. Reviewing the broadcast, we noticed something odd about a camera choice. While everyone else was talking, you said, where did I put it? Do you recognize this? He produces the leaflet from the notice board. I just assumed it was part of the set. Why else would it have been there and on camera? So you're saying the blame lies with the crew on set? There's no way you could possibly use your own judgment? Typical Winston, we shall see. Guys, I think he's buying it. There's also one thing we noticed during the finale of the notice board. You seem to play an odd choice of sound effects relatively early on. Now the script was expecting laughs, but for all three you chose to play boos. I felt they were the most appropriate choices. Art is subjective, after all. Yes, well, choice is given to those who show they can employ a sufficient degree of good judgment. And maybe we need to review this policy, or at least who qualifies. All right. Towards the end of the show, there appeared to be some issues with the censor equipment. Bozeman pauses for a moment, putting a lid on his pen. How do you explain the fact that you censored perfectly acceptable language during the final segment? I just do what the display tells me. I don't decide what's supposed to be censored. It would be a very strange coincidence that one of our key pieces of equipment were to develop a malfunction at the exact time Disrupt chose to attack. A disappointing but not unsurprising lapse by an incompetent employee seems much more likely. Yeah. Incompetent. That's my problem. I'm incompetent. Now, obviously, we expect the odd bit of interference here and there. However, interference is not the same as terrorist propaganda. Would you care to explain how quite so much of their messaging found its way onto our airwaves? The machine's been out of date for years. Even the last update didn't make life any easier. Well, it's certainly true accidents happen, but it's amazing coincidence how often they seem to happen when you're around. Bozeman's smile is anything but warm, and Abel's glances towards you with a stare that can only be described as glacial. That tape of the poor Miss Brightman, why did you play it? Help me understand. Why play that tape? As you meet his gaze, you're almost surprised to see an earnest concern in that old man's eyes. Who's Mrs. Brightman? I don't remember. The ad? The tape you played at the end. I don't know. It seemed like the news. Well, at the end of the day, you chose to do it. I know what I'd have done in your shoes. You know? I think that means it's a wink and a nod. He's on my side. Best you go home for now. There's no work for you until we get a new satellite tower up. But of course, don't leave town. I may have more questions for you following the other interviews. I think he's on our side. Seems a business as usual. I think I got away with it. A banquet for some. Hey, it's your anniversary. A week away could have been just what the doctor ordered for you and Sam, but after speaking to the travel agents, there's no way you can afford it. But I have manageable debt! You have the day off today, so you could try and make a nice romantic meal for them this evening. Though they did expressly tell you not to bother this morning. You think a cheap last-minute gesture won't change anything. It'll be nice to have a lovely evening together. Sam's going to love it. Impatiently, you wait for them to arrive. Even you and Chris appear to be on the same page for the first time in years. Maybe it's been long enough for them to forgive you, or perhaps they've decided they were unfair to you, but either way, you're grateful for the newfound peace. They even helped you clean up the house today, so when Sam gets back from work, it'll be pristine. As Sam steps in the hallway, you're waiting in the doorway to the kitchen, dressed to the nines and acting as nonchalant as possible. Alex, what's this? Did you clean? And what's that smell? They give you a quick kiss as they step past you into the kitchen where the banquet is laid out, candles lit, with Chris and Charlie standing quietly, grinning. Oh my God, Alex. Happy anniversary, comes the chorus from your 2 cheerleaders. As Sam turns to you, smiling with tears in her eyes. Alex, it's perfect. Sam rushes over and kisses you softly, only breaking off when you get a less than subtle cough from Charlie. Me band has the first gig this weekend, Charlie blurts out. And that's our cue. Come on, Charlie, time for us to go. Have fun, you two. You're welcome. Now I've got to get my own dinner. You can grill Charlie when he's back tomorrow, as in not tonight. See ya. With a wink, they finish ushering Charlie out the house. Why, thank you, Sam says, taking a seat and grinning at you. So Charlie's been busy. They shake their head as you take their own seat opposite. You take your own seat opposite them. Tomorrow, for now. You really didn't have to do all this, Alex. I love you too. They breathe, admiring the panoply of food you've prepared for them from your HelloFresh box. Now, where on earth do I begin? They laugh as you pour the first glass of champagne of the evening. You're very lucky to have such a wonderful family. That's a nice little break there. One and a half years later, a job down. Everything's ready. You and Sam have been trying to watch Bullet Man for years, but you missed it in the cinemas, and it never seemed to be in stock when one of you wanted to pick up the VHS. Now you're just waiting for them to get home so you can start. You hear the front door open as you put a bowl of popcorn on the coffee table. We're all ready to go. Get your butt in here. Sam comes in with a vacant stare, ignoring both film and snacks. Film and snacks? As they sit down next to you, you have to actually nudge them to break their stupor. Sam, what is it? I've just been let go from work. Apparently, there just isn't a need for 2 nursery teachers anymore. Not enough children, so they can't justify the expense. Honey, I'm so sorry. It'll be okay. You'll find another place. No, you don't get it. There just isn't that demand for younger year teachers anymore. Not here. Anywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do, what we're going to do. I know things are tough, but we'll think of something. How, Alex? We're barely scraping by as it is, and now we're going to have to sell the house. I can't see any other option. We got too many debts to pay. Sweetheart, we got the damn Neil stocks. I've been dollar cost averaging into Neil for 1,780 days. You've seen the chart. If that's what we have to do, fine. It's only the 2 of us living here now anyway. I suppose you're right. Still, I hate the idea of losing this place. Think of everything that's happened here. Eventually, you start the film, but neither of your hearts are in it. Too busy thinking about the future. Home is where the heart is, after all. The popcorn, though? $1975. Another broadcast. Well, well, well. We're not at 1984 yet. I would be surprised if it didn't stop there, but it may not. Still employed? I told you he bought it. The sterility. Like cleanliness? 3 years since the uprising.
Winston, I know we don't see eye to eye on much, but things could be significantly worse. Why don't you try to muddle through for a change rather than your established approach of giving me a headache?
The heck is that?
If not for me, do it for the children, Alex. It's advanced as ill-conceived. Bring your daughter to work day today, so there's even more people than usual for you to disappoint.
There's no Neil, man. What the hell? I'm gonna lose my house. All right, let's start with songs of the new future, then competition time, then public information.
Betterment, which tells the inspirational story of Emily Dennisworth and the brave doctors and technicians struggling to help her shed her old...
Yo, look at the news just got an upgrade though. Look at this.
So not one for the kids. Incisors is at 11:15, and Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey will be looking back on Liberation
Some nice
Day
new
by
equipment.
talking
You're
to
not
several
wrong.
eyewitnesses and asking, how did it all go so right? That's followed by the Territory Weather Report, Advanced Briefing, and pages from Terrytext, now featuring up to 16
Terrytext?
simultaneous colours.
Okay, we are going in
Sips his
5,
turtle.
4, 3.
Good evening and welcome to the NNN. I'm Megan Wolf.
Yo, this looks nice.
You might be wondering.
It's like a little
Well,
Access
bring your
Hollywood.
daughter to work day here at Channel 1. So I'm joined tonight by my foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey.
Go fuck yourself.
Whoa!
All right then. Here are the stories that matter to you. First up, with Advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked you what keeps you going. I know that I, for one, was quite deflated when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions has really put the smile back on my face. This is from Drew in Humberset.
It's the Property Brothers.
Minds off things, me and
The
my
miniature
partner
Property
are building
Brothers.
this house for our hamster. It really does distract us from thinking about the 85% sterility rate. So next week, we're building Nibbles a tiny conservatory, a loft conversion, and a holiday home. Thank you for that. And if you've started a new hobby, do write in and tell us about it. Next up, you know how we love your uncanny comestible coincidences, and I don't know about you, but I think this one really takes the biscuit. I'm not sure what I'm more impressed by, Stacey.
Is that
The
a-
things our viewers spot
is that
the
Charles
unbelievable
Darwin
way
in a
our
pint of
menu
ale?
centres are now able to feed every team member every single day. Catherine from Berkeldown sent us this, saying, I couldn't help but spot the face of poor departed Peter Clement in my fourth.
He's trying to tell us something. That's not Peter Clement. That looks like Two-Face, man.
I'm only on my third. Do keep those coming.
Did you
in.
see the tweet that was like, how TF
We've
Harvey
got
Dent not know that the nurse was the Joker until he took off his mask?
rehabilitation. That's it. Just tell us who it's from. Yeah, and then read it out.
Like in context, in 2008,
Says it's from John
it just completely slipped by me.
Before I was convicted,
Out
I
of
never
context,
read a single book.
seeing Harvey Dent not recognize Heath Ledger's Joker until they took their surgical mask off is actually hilarious.
Mr. Wordyworth spell checks for my tattoos. We absolutely love hearing the way our neighbours and team members have been able to become better people. So do let us know your stories here. You can do this bit, Stacey.
On the nightly news.
Come on, give it a try.
I'm ready.
Let us know your stories here at the NNN.
Right, bit of a change of pace coming up here.
What's the problem? I was killing it.
Select buttons for the next segment, but Advance have already selected when and what to use. Simple stuff. Just follow your government orders.
Well, well, well. You would think, like, with all the nuclear war they started, they'd have better things to do than, like, micromanage whether or not I'm going to use, like, the laugh track.
First up tonight on the NNN, it's time to celebrate this week's team lottery winners.
It's
Live
tough
from
for
the
me, though, because I
Shakespeare
take a lot of passion in my work.
capital, we're going to hand over to Julia Salisbury.
We're going to hand over to the Prime Minister?
Stacey.
She's got a lot more going for her than you wankers.
Okay. Surprising vote of approval there from Stacey. Let's go live to that right now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this.
I have no choice but to hit it. Bro, you're the Prime Minister? You're using clip art?
I have as team leader. This is by far the most pleasant. As I so often say to you, the uneven past is now, following the demise of Disrupt, firmly behind us.
But the demise of Disrupt? But I did half as much as I could.
And I say to you, it's better now. I am delighted to be joined here tonight by one of the oldest people in Territory 1. He was born over 107 years ago. Please give a warm team welcome to
Fine.
Alfie Tatchbadger. So, Alfie, you must have seen so much in your lifetime. What have been some of the highlights? Alfie? Is he all right?
Nailed it.
His hearing aid isn't turned on.
Oh.
Turn it on.
I just met him, but if anything happened to Alfie, I'd kill everyone in this room and then myself. Wave, Brooklyn 99.
A brand new battery after the presentation.
Yeah, he says that's fine then. And I will help him with that. Yeah.
If you
Comedic timing.
Sorry, can't get the staff.
We got it.
So, Alfie. What? You're 107 years old.
Oh, don't bloody remind me.
Tell the audience what that's like.
Oh, where is everybody?
Out there, in the dark. Oh, bless him, it's not just the ears.
Are you? 2 sugars, please.
This is just sad, man.
The Prime Minister.
I love this story. Who are you really?
No, I really am the Prime Minister.
Oh, so you're a you know,
a woman.
Yes, a woman. One of
Women can do anything. Alfie.
Oh, can you piss standing up?
Oh!
I can't say.
Boo! Alfie! Alfie, you just got canceled.
Please, and not too much milk.
Shall we get to the awards, Alfie?
Are you going to ask me about my life?
Well, I'm not sure we have enough time left now for that. So
When I was 9, I wanted a pet, so I asked me Mam and Pap. There was no television then. Back then, you know, we made our own entertainment out of coal and roadkill.
Aww.
Fascinating.
So they got me a pet, see? But it weren't a dog. They told me it were a dog, but it were a stone.
A stone?
Yes. So I called it Patch, which was a popular name for a dog back then, on account of the king having a patchy face. And I decided to introduce him to pretty...
Rocco's just a rock, Alfie.
Lived up the road.
Oh, how romantic.
He threw my dog in the river.
Boo! Get her on the show.
I decided I'd never marry.
And that's the secret to your long life?
Oh no, I've been married 7 times. Divorced 8. There was a mix-up with number 3, see? Yes, I'm just lucky. Are we going back to the home soon?
Soon, Alfie. First,
This guy's going off.
We're all here. The weekly Territory 1 Team Awards.
Alfie the Redditor.
First up tonight is
A man going his own way.
put in the extra hours. She in Hamble Bamblebury, and she has single-handedly allowed more families to unburden each other than any other nurse in Territory 1. In the uneven path, she'd have been locked up.
So true.
Tonight, she is being honored as a team player.
Because they don't give me better camera angles. I got no choice.
Are you here to change me?
Just give her a medal, Alfie. There's a good boy.
He's scared.
I mean, 2 sugars, please. And don't let it steep too long.
I think you're supposed to give me one of those.
Oh. Well,
There he goes. Look.
Come on, this is elder abuse, man. I can't. It's just sad to watch.
You'll have to go down.
Thank God those fractious times are behind us, and now the territories are thriving.
Are we in?
Don't blame me who we're losing viewers. Look at this. I'm trying to make the Mona Lisa out of a bunch of dog crap.
Well done. Daphne Snister, everybody. Now, open your envelope and find out what you've won. Crikey, don't hold back there. She's tougher than one of Peter's homemade Eccles cakes.
Got it. I've won a holiday for 2 in Territory 15.
Hey!
Used to be called San Palmerino, didn't it?
I believe it did, yes.
Why couldn't we have stuck with that then? It's easier to remember.
We're all one nation now.
I'm not censoring it.
Isn't it still on fire?
Daphne Snister, everyone.
Oh, what about my...
I'm not censoring it.
I've been in these white pants for 3 days now.
We'll get to that, Alfie.
Oh, right you are, love.
Next up tonight is from Farnley, who, after a rocky start losing their family's ill-gotten gains to the Assets and Wealth Act, have really embraced the new future.
That's a good
Setting
story
up
for
a
them.
community farm and petting zoo in their local area for all the local children to play. Please welcome Otho and Lobelia, Jackson Randy-Gannett.
Is it just me? Or does Alfie kind of look like Brad Pitt from The Big Short?
You know, when I was in the trenches, I had a pal called Scotty Wilson. He was from way up north, so I didn't understand.
Sorry,
But
guys.
he were my best mate.
Should we just grab them ourselves? Probably for the best.
I tried to censor
And
it.
his best
The audience did not like that one.
There was them two. Fiddly Eric, Unstable Terry, and of course, Leggy Sydney. She were a girl, but she had a boy's name, so they shipped her to the front anyway. First girl any of us has ever seen. She's dead now. They all are. Smudger and Scotty.
Aww.
Fiddly got shanked in Frankworth prison in Aldrin over an Olive. And Terry, he exploded quietly at home. Sydney got a fatal skin condition. Scratched herself to death. It makes you think.
Thanks, Alfie. Great contribution. So, Otho and Lobelia, a petting zoo.
After we lost all our wealth, we discovered there were actually people who had never even owned a pony.
It's true. It's more likely than you think.
So we decided to do something about it. That's the type of people we are, you see. Advantage of a private education.
Boo! We boo this.
So, let's see what you've won.
Yes, before we do, there's something I wanted to say to you.
Here we go.
Absolutely. Every citizen of the new future has my ear.
When Advance came to